Well, hello everyone. It's Lori McGuire with Remax McGuire Team in beautiful Laguna Niguel, California. I am sitting in my jacuzzi, but a couple things I just wanted to make note of because a lot of people ask me about what's happening with the real estate market. Is it a good time to buy? Is it a good time to sell? I'm sure all of you realtors are hearing this as well. First of all, inventory is at a record low again. And interest rates are on their way up. The Fed has announced that, and they have announced that they're going to be raising rates in March, in the summer, and in the fall. So, what that means is I personally feel rates are going to go up to approximately 4%. And we've had it really good. I mean, oh my gosh, I got a 2.125% interest rate when I was buying this house only a couple months ago. But it was an interest only loan for 10 years. In the super jumbo, many investors do that because the rates could be a lot lower. And then what my bookkeeper does is he just makes three times the amount of payment every month, um, so that I'm paying the principal down a lot lower. So I highly recommend that. And I got a really great loan because I went through a private, not a private lender, but the private banking part in an established bank. And they were able to get that. But I also had to throw a whole bunch of money in their bank to get that and also put my stocks in the department where, all the money market accounts were. So it's not out of the question, like if you're having a hard time qualifying for a loan, you may want to even consider the interest only portion, especially if it's a high end property. And then it's usually a 10-year. It could be a 10-year, it could be a 7-year. Obviously, interest rates are so low. If you could just do a 30-year, do it, especially if it's a conforming loan. And conforming loans are the less expensive properties. I mean, just under 900, I mean, just under $1 million in the Orange County area now. So it's great. But anyway, getting back to interest rates, even 4% is phenomenal. I remember when I got into real estate a long time ago, interest rates were, I think, 13%. And I remember when they went down to, but they dropped below 10%. I thought there is no way they will ever go above or go below, like 9%. I thought it was a steal. I was calling up every client saying, "Oh my gosh, the interest rates are so low. You have to buy now." And then they kept going lower and lower and lower. So your buying power increases obviously as the interest rates go lower and lower. So think about this. It's a great time to buy right now. And so many sellers are on the fence. And I just met with a few on Friday, and they said, if you could find me something to buy, Lori, then I will list. And I said, in this market, it doesn't work that way, especially if you're contingent. You can't be a contingent offer. And really, a lot of cash offers are winning out with loans. So if you're going to go in with a loan, then you want to have an approval on the loan subject to clear title and subject to the appraisal coming in. But obviously, you will not want to write up an offer subject to the appraisal coming in because prices are going up so much that we don't want to see that in offers. The sellers don't. So what I recommend is go on the market and say, you could even put in there, and people are accepting it left and right, subject to even, a lease back, or subject to any kind of lease back. And you don't have to put the exact time frame for the lease back. That's purely negotiable when you go into contract. And we can make it a long enough lease back that will give you comfort to find a place. Now, a lot of lenders, they have stipulations like it can't be more than 60 days or whatever. Cash buyers don't care. It could be a year if they really want the property. I have negotiated a year and a half lease backs at no rent because the buyer really wanted to buy the property, and my team. So, because I have my team and I'm involved in all the negotiations along with my sales manager, Joe Steck. I really recommend that you go in strong. If you wait, the interest rates are going to go high. Okay, so your home will go up in value because we're expecting the prices to go up. And if you look at the history of real estate, um, the real estate values always trump inflation. So, what we're going to have about 8 to 9% inflation this year. So I anticipate, this is my own thought, is that we're probably going to have about 10% at least increase in prices. Now, you're going to get it on the other end if you're buying, though. And a lot of people are moving out of state. And, of course, they might be buying in areas that are less expensive, but those areas are going crazy, like Tennessee and Texas. And oh my gosh, I mean, I've had clients just say, oh, their property values are going 100,000 a month. So you have to look at everything as a whole. You can't just look at, you're going to time the market perfectly. It's just like you can't time the stock market. Even Warren Buffett says that. So, you can meet with a realtor like me and my team, and we'll just set out a plan with no pressure whatsoever. We're not into pressure. It's about putting together a comprehensive plan so that you're ready to, know exactly when to hit the market. And maybe it is not now. Maybe we meet, and this has happened quite a few times where I recommend to the sellers, no, it's not right now. It's actually 6 months from now, or it could be a year from now. And there's certain situations because of tax consequences. I have another one where they can't close escrow until September because they haven't owned their home for a total of 2 years, their primary residence. That will be the 2 year mark. And they're going to have a lot of capital gains because their property value has gone up about $1 million. So I said, well, we could have a very long escrow, and we could have a release of funds, of earnest money deposit and stuff like that. We could do an interim occupancy agreement if the buyer won't allow that. There's, that's a little bit nerve wracking, but if there's a lot of money down, it can be done. So you just have to think outside the box. I just remember when I first got into real estate over 30 years ago, we had to be very creative. And back then, there were really high interest rates, and but we had, when I got into real estate, many people had assumable loans or loans that were in like the 8%. So we had to be very creative about the purchasers assuming those loans, doing all-inclusive trust deeds, wrapping those loans. You really have to think outside the box. It's not just a matter of calling a lender and saying, okay, let's get you pre-approved. Let's think about 5 different ways that are good strategies to get you into this other home, and also make your offer stand out from all of the other offers. What is going to make you stand out? And then also, how can we sell your home in the meantime, and but make sure that you're not homeless, and that you can live comfortably in this home at your same mortgage amount, like the same amount of money you're paying, or even free. So you have an amazing opportunity right now. Amazing opportunity for both buying and selling. This is a crazy, crazy market. It's great. And we just don't know what the future will hold for us. We don't know how, if tax laws are going to be changing and stuff like that. That's why one reason why I bought. I bought a property, and just recently closed escrow in December. I'm doing a lot of remodeling, and I continue to buy investment properties, apartment complexes, and I buy them out of state, but I buy a lot of apartments because I really, really believe real estate is the very best investment you could go with. So anyway, I'm going to sign off. Oh, another tip: lock in your interest rate. You have an opportunity to lock in your interest rate right now. And I'm sure a lot of the mortgage brokers will tell you the same thing. So have an amazing Sunday, and I will see you soon. Take care. Remember the McGuire Team of REMAX here in South Orange County. Well, we do all of Orange County in California. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.